Hey VC and any YouTube surfers that are passing by, thanks for stopping by my channel, Tony's LPs R Us. We're in Studio E. I want to thank everyone. I want to thank everyone for all the subs right off the bat before I forget. And if you haven't subbed, if you like what you see, or if you like some of my content, please consider subscribing and liking. We really appreciate that. I'm trying to build the channel. This is an announcement about something I read last night. It's bands that I'm excited about, or one band in particular that I'm excited about, and that's, of course, Santana. You can see here I'm holding up the compact disc, the American compact disc US of Lotus. Lotus was only available back in the day as a Japanese import or European import, which I'm going to talk about, and that is one of the records that MoFi has just announced that they will be shipping in the spring. I believe it's now available for pre-order. There's some other records that they've announced. They've announced the Mariah Carey Christmas record as a one-step. That's going to be available in December. I think it's available for pre-order, but that's a one-step. They've also announced Tango in the Night, which is the great Fleetwood Mac record as a MoFi original master, and a few Santana records that I'm excited about. Now, I believe the single records are going for $39.99. They're 33 1/3. The Santana Lotus is a triple record with posters, a trifold cover that was exact duplicate of what came out from Japan in '74, and I believe that's $119.99. Now, $119.99 may sound like a lot, but I believe based on inflation, that record was much more expensive back in '74 when it was released as a Japanese import and European import. The other records are $39.99. Those are single records. Even those records, probably $7.98, $8.98 list back in the '70s or '80s, and those records probably cheaper now or the same as they were then based on inflation. I did a whole video on what I call vinyl record economics, or whatever, like Bidenomics, that type of thing. So I did a little video on that, where based on the price of list price then and now, with inflation for 30-40 years of inflation, the prices are relatively the same as far as what the value of a dollar is today in America. So the first release I'm going to talk about real quick. I'm not going to go into detail about the record, just point out some really quick tidbits about it. This is 1987's or 1978's Inner Secrets. Now, this record is notable for me because it has on it Stormy, which I really like. I really like the song Stormy, the way Santana does it. It's a great group. It's a great pile of musicians that he has here. Here's the Inner. Great production. It's kind of overproduced for me. It's really polished. Not my favorite Santana record, but it's Santana as a completist. I had to get it, and I'm considering getting the MoFi, but I'm not quite sure yet. There's a lot of things that are coming out, as you know. Here's the same record, but this is the gold stamp promo there. It's not a white label promo, but it's really cool to have this as a promo. Next up is kind of an overlooked record that was released in '87. And that is this one, Blues for Salvador. Now, this is mostly instrumental. It's very bluesy and heartfelt. Santana is pulling those strings, doing a great job, great production. I love this record. Never see it in stores, never see it on yard sales. You know, you don't see really a lot of Santana anymore because people hold on to it. But here you can see the back. Excuse the glare. Now, Tony Williams is on this record, the great jazz musician. He's on a track called Train, which is, I believe, dedicated to Coltrane, who was one of Santana's idols. Him and Hendrix and Bob Marley. He always wears the shirts. Also on this record, I believe, is Buddy Miles, who's on a few tracks, or one track. So that's this one. That's coming out $39.99, limited numbered, first pressings. There's the inner, custom inner. And here's the credits. And just a regular Columbia. But I think this is overlooked. Santana also won a Grammy for this record. Believe was his first Grammy, I think, at the time before Supernatural, when he was kind of given his due, like in Oscars. Pacino was not given his Oscar well into his career of unbelievable performances. Then he gets an Oscar for Scent of a Woman. So it's kind of like the same thing maybe with this. But it did win a Grammy, so that was cool for him. So now we're going to get to this one. Here's the CD. This comes with a booklet. By the way, this is a very elaborate package, and MoFi tells us that this Santana release of the MoFi 180 gram triple LP set will also have all the posters and panels, they call them, that are in this. Here's a little preview. I'll show you what I have in the record. There's the fold out. But I'm excited about these releases. This is, just let me talk about Santana Lotus as I put this up. Santana Lotus was a holy grail for me. It was very expensive when it came out in 74, 75 as a import. It was a Japanese import with the Obi strip, the whole 9 yards. It also came out from some European countries. I was able to get a Dutch copy of it, probably the same tape that was used, because it sounds like a studio record. It is my top, changes all the time, but probably my top 5 live recordings, and probably the best live recording, not just with the emotional impact, but the recording process. Japanese recording. It was recorded at a hall in Japan on July 3rd and 4th of 1973. And I'll give you the name of the hall that it was recorded in. They're called halls or arenas. This was in Osaka Hall in Japan. The Kosi Inc. Hall in Japan, July 3 and 4, 73. Recorded live. I don't believe there was any overdubs. I can't be 100% sure on that. But just an unbelievable record. So it was a very expensive record for a kid in high school to buy. So I wasn't going to spend the money, didn't have the money. Plus, I wasn't really buying imports. But later on, I was able to get the Dutch copy at a really great price. I worked at a record shop at the time, and my boss was nice enough to give it to me at his cost. So I saved, and I had to basically twist his arm because he did not want to give it up. They were hard to come by. Here's the compact disc. There's 2 discs in here, color coded. So if you go on YouTube, you could probably hear this streaming, but it is spectacular. It's going to be worth definitely cheaper than it was in 74, 75 than 119 is today. I know that just based on the inflation calculator. And I'm going to link a little video I did on the inflation calculator with vinyl economics that I talked about, where the price of records today aren't really that expensive if you consider the value of $1 today, which is basically, it's $2 for a can of Coke, right? Basically nothing. Or $12 for a can of Coke at Yankee Stadium. So the value of money is not there. It's expensive. But in relatively speaking, it's the same price it was, or cheaper than it was when it debuted. So here's the jacket. I'll show you the records in a minute. Here's the jacket with the, I believe, a Buddha, or maybe not a Buddha, on the cover. Beautiful flowers on the back. Got the import sticker here. This is a trifold. I'll show you 2. Beautiful panels, beautiful artwork. That's inside the hall in Osaka, I believe I said. Here is the 2 panels. There's inside the hall again. There's the spine, Santana Lotus, a legendary record. Everyone that I talk to that loves Santana knows about this record, but not everybody has this record. So I really hats off to MoFi and the team, Music Direct, for actually thinking about doing this record. Finally got the rights, got the tape. It's supposed to be analog, right? So with the digital component, but it's going to sound great. There's the custom labels. Each label has a custom label. And if I can find number 3 there. I'll just show you. These are near mint. When I bought it, it was near mint, and 50-something years later, it's still near mint. Because if you take care of your records, take care of your stylus, your records will take care of you, right? Here's the original inners. And here is the layout of the hall. And these are the panels. And MoFi is telling us that they are reproducing this package in its entirety. It mentioned some posters. I'm not sure if they meant the panels or posters. I may not have everything in my copy because, like I said, I bought this as a used import. Here it is here. There's the record lineup. I'm going to do these in halves. You can see there. And this, of course, has the credits on there of the album. Has all the songs, very detailed. Every performer is listed, instrument. It's just a beautiful package. I believe it's the first 3 Santana records live. Excerpts from the first 3 Santana records live, and it rocks. It is so well done. I just know that this MoFi will be a big hit. So just to paraphrase what I just talked about, you got the Carrie Christmas records coming out, One Step. You've got another one I didn't mention on MoFi, $39.99 numbered, is Bookends, Simon and Garfunkel. That should be really cool if you don't have that record already, but everyone seems to have that record. Then you have these Santana releases, and there's a Miles Davis coming out. You could check the website, and Tango in the Night, Fleetwood Mac, which I believe is a 45 RPM, I think. So that would be a little bit more money, probably in the $60 range or so, or more. But I think MoFi is really doing it, and I think, or in my opinion, just my opinion, because of the great success of Rhino at that $40 price point for some of the for the High Fidelity series, I think the other companies are starting to bring their prices down. We're keeping them stable so that they're more affordable for the consumer. So, but if you're going to get one record out of this, I could only recommend the one that you will love. Santana El Salvador, Blues for Salvador is great. Inner Secrets is great. Bookends is great. The Carrie Christmas record is great. The Bookends is great, but this is spectacular. This is spectacular on vinyl. So listen to it on YouTube, and I'm sure you're going to be buying it. And I'm not getting anything from MoFi. I'm just sharing it because I'm going to get one. I already have a great copy, but I want to hear that pressing, so I'll be pre-ordering one as well. So keep rocking. Thanks a lot. Thanks for the subscriptions. If you haven't subscribed, please consider it, and we'll see you soon. Thanks a lot again. Stay safe. Ciao.